Hello, I am Paul Catteeweu. I am retired, but I used to lecture intercultural communication at the Karel de Grote Hogeschool in Antwerp, Belgium. And they asked me to talk about my experiences as a lecturer of intercultural communication. Now, you all know we live in a very globalized world. The COVID virus today even shows how fast contacts can go. Although it's a global disease, we see that different countries act locally. So there are differences. The way the virus is dealt with in Belgium is very different from the way it is dealt with in China or in Greece or in Romania. Moreover, migration makes our culture even less homogeneous than it used to be last century. An example, in Belgium, it is calculated that in 2050, 30% of the population will have a so-called different cultural background, meaning that at least one of the 4 grandparents has a different nationality than the Belgian nationality. Now, what can we do about this with intercultural communication? Intercultural communication wants to build bridges of understanding to overcome cultural differences. Because different does not mean better, it just means different. Everybody has got the right to be different, and we have to have respect for the otherness. We must heed stereotypes and racism which are born from ignorance and will lead to anxiety for what is strange and different. This is easier said than done, of course, because sometimes differences are really big. For instance, differences with food or habits or how you deal with time and so on. As a tourist, this is no big deal because the interaction is mainly superficial. But for professionals, however, contact must lead to success in business, in projects, in political debates, in all sorts of fields. Now, to reach this proficiency, you can really rely on your gut feeling, but you will see that you will soon run out of luck when you just rely on your gut feeling. Because in the near future, intercultural competence will be a decisive factor for employment. Training of ICC has already become a critical factor of success. This intercultural competence is clearly not only needed in business world, but in all aspects of society. How can you describe intercultural competence? My definition would be, as a critical and conscious citizen, you are capable of functioning flexibly and interculturally in an open and respectful manner in the multicultural and diverse society in which you live and work. To that end, I drew up a framework of reference, which can still be downloaded for free. The framework itself has 3 levels of competence, containing attitude, skills, and knowledge. The basic level is knowing about the other culture. The advanced level is to understand the other culture. The proficient level is applying these rules when communicating. A precondition is to acquire knowledge of a different culture that can be used in an actual situation, and that is critical awareness. The key factor to success is learning to communicate in a different language than the one you are used to. But an open and flexible mind will certainly help you to be a global citizen who doesn't see the other as an opponent or a strange figure, but a person who might be different but can also teach you a lot about how this world is a wonderful mixture of interesting cultures. I wish you a lot of success.